What's up, everybody? This is the 1B, and we are currently making some assets to do a end screen for the video game Emily is Away. I recently played this. This is a screenshot here of what the game looks like. Basically, you're just talking in a chat box most of the time. You have to make selections, but anyway. So what I want to do is kind of reconstruct this these assets so that I can kind of move them around the way that I want them. Just for a quick kind of idea of what I'm thinking, we'll go ahead and draw this out. So we have this chat box here and the start bar or your taskbar, whatever you want to call it. It's really called the taskbar, but you know. So we want that down here. So we're going to just, whoops. Wow, what is that? Why is it so laggy? Control Z. Alright. Hard round. Anyway, we're gonna have the start bar. I typically have a end screen that works like this. There's like a circle in the middle. I don't know why it's got this smoothing on like that. Can I do it like that's the problem? 100% smoothing. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have a square here, circle here, and a square here for my end screen. In here goes my logo, and then we have usually a recommended view video and then a recommended playlist. And so we're going to want all of these assets just like this. Not exactly like this, obviously. So what'll end up happening is I'll have these boxes here, and then this will say like recommended video, and then this will say like playlist, and then up here you're going to have like another text box or chat box, and you're going to have like a YouTube logo here, and then my logo here, and then this will be your chat box, and this is be like, you'll see me like type thanks for watching, and then it'll say like 1B plays, thanks for watching, yada yada, and then it'll say like YT I don't know, watcher or subscriber. I haven't decided on what it'll say for the. I don't know. It won't say anything for them. Maybe it'll say like thanks for watching, and then it'll say if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. And then it'll be like thanks. It'll be like have a good day. Right? So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have the Windows background. I have that here. Control V. It's not quite the correct size, but it's going to end up getting blurred in the background anyway. And the reason that I wanted this is because if you look right here, so it's the background, but I have my FPS counter here, and I want to get rid of that. Now, I could content aware hide that, but I figured I might as well just grab this. This is pretty accessible from around the internet, and it just needs a blur on it, so we could just even do that now. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Maybe we go 20, because that one's kind of blurry. Yeah, just like that. See? And then, actually what I should have did, that's a mistake. It's not a mistake, but I like to keep the original, so we're going to call this, and I like to label everything. Windows BG original. And then we'll call this text box, or how about Emily screenshot original. Okay, so we're going to want a copy of that. We're going to want to copy that. This is demo or layout, like a demonstration, right? Let's see. And I really only need the assets, and then I can scale them as needed. So what we're going to do is, this is the original, this is the copy. All right, so then we're going to take these, we're going to drop them in here, and we're going to call this originals. Background can go, I don't need that background. Okay, so then we're going to hide that. We're going to go ahead and Gaussian blur that. So I just have to hit Gaussian blur here because this is the last effect applied. I could probably hit Alt Control F2, but I don't. That's not built in to my brain just yet. And then, so we're going to call this Windows background blurred. And then this one here is we're going to need some. We're going to need more than more than one duplicate of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and first do that. Go ahead and make another duplicate so that I can just keep duplicating off of that other one. And the reason I do that and not duplicate off the original is because I want those to be like untouched, and like I don't want to forget that they're. If I accidentally do something to one of these, then I don't have it, so I just don't touch them and I make other originals. Or not other originals, but other versions. Okay, so that looks fairly correct. Let's go ahead and transform selection. One pixel that way. One pixel this way. Sure, I'm okay with that. As long as the top and the bottom are okay, that's my selection. We'll go here. And I'm usually not destructive, so do I want to destruct these or do I want to mask them? I think I'm going to mask it. Alright, I think we're going to be destructive. Control-Shift-I and delete. So now we currently have that as our window. Alright, so we can hide that. And now, what's nice about this is I can move it. And let's see what happens when I resize it. Oh, see, that's nice. That's really nice. Okay. The next thing we need to do, so now we're going to call this AIM, because it's AOL Instant Messenger, or at least mimics it. We're going to call it AIM Original. Then we're going to drop the original down here. And so now we have this one, because we're going to be making deconstructive versions of this. So the first thing we want to do is select all of this. A little bit more. Transform selection. I'm almost considering just selecting all of it inside there. Oh, hey, where did you go? There we are. And then we'll do the same. Because what I was going to do is just remove all that text. But I figured I might as well, if I'm going to change the color of this background, I might as well do it all in one complete motion. We're going to go ahead and duplicate that just because we're going to need this as a reference, because I need to know where the text are and everything. So we're going to go ahead and lock that one. And then this is going to be aim. We'll call this version 1. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get this color. So you could do a couple things. You could do a content aware fill, or I could just click this. It's going to give me whatever color's back there. And boom. All right. I think the content aware fill is a little extra work that is unnecessary. We're just going to set this up the same way. And select in here, there is there's this mouse in there that I want to get rid of. Or the cursor. Transform selection, and we'll take it to there. Take it to the house, take it to the house. And we'll take this one down here. Looking good. So ideally this should be in the good corner. Yeah, maybe a little bit too much, but it's not gonna, it's gonna be so small, it's gonna be unrecognizable. Alright, and getting a little bit of lag there. That's weird. Let's select that again just to make sure, because if this is slightly different than this one for whatever reason. Alright, now we have this one that is been adjusted. There's a couple more things we want to do to this. Now, on this part here, we want to get rid of that, and we need to change these avatars. So what's going to happen is I think I just go like this, maybe there. Let's go ahead and transform selection this up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and select that. We're going to right click and content aware fill that. So now what we want to do is get rid of that. Where's the plus? This is fine. And over here. Right? And it doesn't, something that doesn't look quite right around here. I think it's grabbing and pulling up the, if you look a little bit closer, see how it's a little bit higher? It's like this dark blue is up, so what we're going to do is we're going to do very high. And I don't like that either. How about scale? Because I could probably redo this myself then. Alright, it's not cooperating, so it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. What we're going to do is we're going to have to do it in segments. So we're going to select this and chop off the top in that color. So we're going to zoom it in. So we might even have to do a little bit up here, but those blues blend in so well. All right, transform selection. Where's the centerpiece? Here it is. I'm gonna stop it like here. So close. Okay. Selected. Go ahead and select that blue. Now what I'm going to do here is make a new layer just to make sure that it doesn't, because I'm being a little destructive here, so I want to make sure that it's coming across as relatively correct. Alright, next we're going to do the next color up. What makes it kind of easy is I've already transform selection. I've already done. This will be a cover up one. We'll call this cover up 2 because the one above will be 1, and then we'll work our way down. Because I've already did this one here, so this one just lines up perfectly. Then we gotta do another one. We'll call this cover up 1. Grab that. Backspace. D. Right? It's looking good. Can't tell. Alright. Then we'll go another one. Cover up 3, which should cover up the last. Close. I might have to go down a layer or a pixel. We go down a pixel. I think that's as far as I can go. Okay. We're going to go like this. Call this aim with cover-ups. Or how about we call it aim base? Right? And we're actually going to base these ones here too. We're going to cover these ones up over here. Because then what happens, we'll be able to make one image handle all of all this. Okay. Cannot fail, that's right. Avatar cover up 1. We'll see that. What's happening? Did I copy? Is that what happened? Oh, I'm Control V instead of, yeah. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. All these hotkeys rummaging around in my head. I was pasting instead of using the eyedropped color. We could actually go a little bit bigger on this because we're just copying in the same color, and that way we make sure that we're not getting any leftover of that green. It looked like it was kind of carrying over. Carrying over the selection. All right. Next on the list is covering this up. All right, that's perfect. We now have exactly what we need. Go ahead and hit that one. And we're going to merge group. So now we have just that. And then we will select the bottom here. Getting some lag, which is crazy. Transform selection. Wow, look at that. That is such a good copy of mine. I almost did the exact same thing. This one has got a little bit of white on the edge, though. Alright, so we have the taskbar. Let's go ahead and clear the selection here. Okay, so there's two things that we want here. So the taskbar we have, so we're going to call this the taskbar original. Duplicate it. Put the taskbar down below. We're going to need a taskbar, cover up, and we're going to need a message, right? So this is the chat. So we're going to call this one taskbar base, and we're going to call this chat base. Taskbar chat base. Then we're going to call this one the reference. Just make sure I get my naming scheme correct here. Hey. I think this could go up. Pixel. One, two. It looks like there's going to be two more. The only I would make these layers, but if I do that, there's a chance that I mess up and put them all in one layer. I've done this several times before. You could see there's a slight adjustments, like right here where it kind of blends. You can see that this one's a little bit darker at the edges, and I could do like a one layer like a one Gaussian blur to get that effect, but I'm not too worried about it. It could come to like here so that it's less of a notice if we just bring it in more. I think I could fix that. Here we are. So what I'm going to do is go here, go to this one, and bring it to there. And we'll go to there. And That way they're all lined up, so you're getting a cohesive line across the whole thing. So, kind of right there. You can see, like there's a clear, there's like a blur along this line. Just the way it goes sometimes. I'll test the Gaussian blur theory here in a minute. Could probably feather my selection a little bit. All right. Let's call those cover-up originals. It might work. Almost. So maybe if we put this up on top, that's too wide. Honestly, you can't even tell at this size. Only when I'm up close and personal with it can you tell. We're going to let it be. And because it's not going to ever, I mean, view it at 100%. Right? Can you tell? I can't. So we have that. I was going to have this count up, but I'm just going to leave it. The end screen's 20 seconds, and the animated flyer that I'll do with it will be at the longest 1 minute. All right, now we have the chat. And the way this one's going to work is we're going to chop out everything except that button. Control-Shift-I, delete. So now you have just that. And we have to do some cover-up stuff here. I'm going to call this taskbar original, actually. What do we have so far? Let's turn this on, turn this off, turn that on. Okay, I have the aim original, which is cut out. We have the taskbar. We have that. That's exactly what I want. Okay. Chat V1. Very good. There's that. And this. We're going to be working with this one. Just going to need some cover up. See, I almost copied on a layer that wasn't supposed to be copied on. Control V that. Nope, not Control V. It's Alt backspace. Alt backspace. There we go. And this needs some adjusting. Slight adjusting. What I decided, I think, is I should pull this all the way out to here. And then we'll just take the top and line it up as well, and the bottom. There you go. Now you have your base.